They're really gonna make me vote for Joe Biden. Joe Biden. How is the best case scenario, Joe Biden? They're really gonna make me vote for Joe Biden. How is the best case scenario, Joe?
Holy smokes! I got Dharma's in the background there, and I've got you on double screen.
Mint. There's double mint Chanda.
Why do I have double mint Chanda? What?
I don't know, and I'm kind of all cockeyed.
Now you are cockeyed. What the hell's going on, Oz?
That's the way I feel in my head every day. Is there two of me echoing?
Yeah, echo. Let's see if I can get you back where you need to be. There you are.
There I am. Dang, man. Talk about dual personalities.
Shit, at least I pulled it off before
Stuck it off.
I got all the other stuff going, okay? So that was cool. So how did you guys like that intro piece? That's Steppin' Out. Was it good? Did you enjoy it? It was. I thought the sound sounded pretty good.
Move the camera.
So,
there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
So how is everybody?
Hi, folks. Welcome to the 2024 Hunger Games.
Oh, God.
Let the games begin.
It is the Hunger Games.
Well, it kind of feels like that, right? Since Biden announced, like, this week, it's just like, the games begin.
Yeah, it is. The games begin.
The Democratic Games. We're just going to call it the 2024 Democratic Games.
Yeah, and it is games. I got to tell you. It looks like the clip for the background is short, so I'm going to run this one back here instead. Yeah,
that works.
Yeah, that'll work. Hi, everybody. Reefer, Reef's the man. Hey, I got to shout out Reef.
Hey.
Reef is a big help to Beauty and the Boomer and Roar Media. Kudos to Reef for everything that you do for us, and INN, Indy over there, and Colin. We want to shout them out for their help. They're kind of like my brain trust that I go to when I need to know something.
Amazing.
They are amazing.
Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly. What's happy birthday, Kelly? Kelly.
Aw, happy birthday, Kelly.
She had a birthday this week, so
nice.
Hit that 39. Sorry, Kelly. We all got to hit that 39.
I'll hold that 39 for sure. Jax is here. Hey, Jax.
Hey, Jax. What's going on? How's Alfie doing? Getting ready for your big trip, huh? DC. Kate, Gamer, what's going on, Gamer? Chili Love, Go Start.
Hey, Go Start.
What's going on?
I see Popeye.
Oh, Popeye. Deborah Ghostback. Hi, Deborah. Good to see you. Oh, Anthony. We should have a chat someday, Anthony. We haven't talked. We hardly ever talk, but you're always.
We never talk anymore.
I'm always shouting Anthony. I see Anthony everywhere. Everywhere. Vic, what's going on? Thurston Community Media still getting it done over there.
Love out to Thurston Community Media.
They've been putting up with our shit for what now? 3 years now?
Almost 3 years now, right?
Oh my gosh, time flies. I'm getting older.
What are we at the 3 o'clock time slot?
3
or do we make it to midnight?
Wednesday through Friday, sometimes Saturday if they, they can fill that slot. So yeah. Let me see who else do we got over here. We got Screw Google. I like that.
Welcome.
Yeah, that's
Screw Google.
Google screwed good at everybody. Alphabet. And let's see. I think did I see Farron in here? Is she in here?
I did see Lady Farron.
Hey, Farron. I hope you're recuperating from your surgery.
Yes. Yeah. I hope you're getting some rest and getting some laps and
get some. Yeah, I'm sure it went all well. I'm still in recovery. Shanda and I were going to bail this week, but we decided we love our Saturday peeps.
Oh my gosh,
so much. But Shanda had a rough week, and I had a rough week again. And I'm not saying anything that you guys don't have rough weeks, but we're all having it. We're getting burned to the ground, man. It's terrible.
Life is.
It is, but we sucked.
You're either up or you're down.
Yeah, we sucked it up. We sucked it up.
We did suck it up because we love you guys and we appreciate you guys. You guys, you help us so much. You support us. You tweet us out. Yeah, you keep the lights on, so
you
get off your ass.
You do.
We'll get off our ass and do a show.
Yeah, if there's one show that we never want to miss, it's that Saturday night show because we like doing it.
We've only missed a handful of shows in 3 years, and I mean, if we missed it was because of a death in the family or
sickness,
surgery
it
or
was crazy stuff. We don't want to miss these shows because We enjoy hanging out with our peeps on Saturday night, and we still want to say we'd like to elevate our sisters and brothers Convo Couch, Hardlands Media, Fair and Balanced, INN, Get Indie News, Reefer After Dark, Reef and Colin over there getting it done.
Extra Bola,
Sabby Sabs. We love
I've been getting into Sabs all week, man. She's just been slaying it. Just slaying it. She'll land one excellent interview, just nail the questions, and then the next day another one, just like boom, boom, boom.
She's getting it done. Like I said, if Sabby goes in the Twilight Zone, I'm going to give it up and I'm going to plant potatoes for the rest of my life. That's all I'm going to do. So, how are we doing?
I'm having curtain problems tonight, but I knew I was having lighting problems.
You are okay. How are we over on the Fin? Do we have some folks?
The Fin? Yona's hanging out on the Fin. What's up, Yona? Yona, we love the homies too. Let's see. Jem's there. Kate. Hi, Kate.
Kate.
Kate gave us a sweet shout out over on her podcast this week.
Yeah.
Our Saturday hangout.
That was great.
It was great. I listened to it.
Yeah.
Kyle Rose, welcome. Come on. Crone of Heresy. Crone, I'm going to change your card. I promise. I noticed tonight when we were doing the playback that I need to update that card, and I apologize. I will get it updated.
Yeah, I still got to get Pat the Batman fan and Jamie Coon's card
I know, we
done.
have so much graphics work to do. We do all of our own graphics. I see you guys sometimes chatting and asking who does all the graphics.
I just got another graphics job. It's a job. it's a job, but it's a donation job. I'm going to be doing graphics for the next Assange event next Wednesday.
Oh, good, because I've got it on the deck advertising it, so great minds think alike.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Fred, you know, when I put these up on Twitter, I just randomly pick some of our peeps because I don't want to bug everybody every week, but thank you guys. You share the living hell out of our thumbnail, our show on Saturdays.
Yes, we
really
appreciate
do
it. We so appreciate it.
And I hope you guys are fine with the magic thumbnails where Shanda's got bobblehead and Oz has got bobblehead. We have fun doing
I think they're kind of cool. I don't see a lot of other people doing that.
I haven't seen anybody do them. So.
Yeah. I just want to shout out Ronnie Graham. Did I get Fred Edwards?
Yeah, you got Fred.
And Jim. It seemed like I left. Oh, Copeland
Morris. What's up, Copeland?
And I got a special shout out to Al Walski. Thank you so much for hitting my PayPal today.
Al,
love it when that PayPal thing. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Al. Yeah.
Hope you're getting stronger. Last time I talked to Al. He was under recovery from surgery.
Yeah,
too,
I know. Steve Wolfbrandt's, he's had surgery over the last year with his leg and stuff. And I catch Steve on some of the other shows. And I want to compliment everybody who is in the other shows because I follow just about everybody you guys follow. And,
I know. I love coming into a chat and kicking it.
Yeah, I mean, all you guys are in there and it's great. And again, the logic behind the wrenches, we want all blue in our chats. And after you've been here for a few shows, we will just throw you a wrench.
Well, you should probably give Kelly one then because she's been with us since the very beginning.
You know what? And I just did. Kelly, if you'd like to have a wrench, there is a wrench. And I apologize. And screw Google. I think that just earns a wrench just by the name there.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Seriously, I know.
It's just and people go, oh, they're just all wrenches in here, but there are wrenches, and we love our wrenches.
Yeah, that means that you've got past the velvet rope, and you're VIP.
You're VIPs. We love you guys, and. It's just you support us, whether being here or you throw us some change out of the tray or something like that, or you contribute content, getting a lot of that. And we really
got some of that tonight on the deck.
We try to get as much of that in. It is not that easy, as you know. What is this? We still got black lines in your curtains? What's that?
Yeah. I got lighting issues.
Okay, I'm going to have bees tonight because it's like...
You got bees. It's hot.
It's
hot.
I don't know. So we have lights off, air conditioners on, and if you hear any fan noise, I hope it isn't horrible.
Oh, it's cool. It's cooled down 2 degrees in here since I got in here. So that's good.
It's it is a little tricky. I saw this. Did you make this?
This side?
Yeah,
this side that has the problem.
Up there. I don't know.
I did make this because this is the way I felt. This is how I feel. Exactly. I felt like Bernie was Gandalf the Grey in 2016. And then, okay, maybe he's wiser and he's playing 4D chess and he knows something we don't know for 2020. And then here we are in 2024. Boom. He's just turned his ass into Biden.
Oh, yeah, he has. And I like the way you got the Frankenstein head there on there. It's perfect. It's Frankenstein head. Just fantastic. He just killed it with that one. That's very bright and cheery. Not so much.
I don't think it cheered up anybody in my timeline. They were kind of like, yeah.
Shanda, I had a chemtrail over my house the other day, and I was doing pretty good. And about 4 hours after that chemtrail flew over, I felt horrible. And guess what? Joey felt horrible too. So coincidence, quinky dink, am I a conspiracy theorist? What? I don't know. But there it is in living spray. Bad chemtrail. We don't like chemtrails. And I had to bring Bob Ross, and remembering painting these clouds as a kid. Yeah, me neither.
Bob Ross. Yeah.
Me neither. I didn't paint those when I was a kid. I do remember trails when I was a kid, but nothing like the waffles we get in the sky now. Did you know, Shanda, that there's a special event happening right now, or it's just about done because it's East Coast?
Oh, it's so special. But yes, I did, because my friend James, who drives the billboard truck that always has the Julian Assange signs, and he's always supports so many great issues, not just the Assange issue. He sent me a message and let me know that he was going to be there out front for it. So
good.
I'm so excited that Assange's message was out there.
I know the environmentalists were trying to block entrance into it too, wake people up, which is impossible anymore. But yeah, this is the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I'm sure that's going to be funny.
They think they're funny, and actually there has been some funny ones. Do you remember the year where it was Trump and Hillary and Obama, and they all had to sit there while they were all individually getting roasted on their own different freaking little terms? That one was pretty amusing.
Yeah, I still think they need to get up the guts to invite Ricky Gervais to MC it.
I know, right? Not what's her name, Michelle. Who was the one who everybody just loved what she had to say?
Was the Asian,
Trump to
the Asian
ground.
lady. Yeah, she was. Yeah, there was a couple that were just like, no, I don't think so. But anyway, I wouldn't go to that thing on the inside, but I'd be outside with the environmentalists and everybody else that's done with these wars. The unique thing about this, I don't know if everybody knew. By the way, we're Satire on this show. I keep reminding people. Joe Biden, Joe wanted to do something for the Correspondents' Dinner, so they let him make the gift baskets this year. And there is the gift basket that Joe Biden came up with, and who's going to question the president? I just didn't see any gift certificates for Depends in that thing, but I'm sure they probably get it in an envelope with that. I'm being ageist because I am aged, and I can be fun that way.
Who doesn't enjoy Pure Lax?
Yeah, Prune Lax. Just buy a bottle of prune juice and stuff.
Prune Lax.
I brought this picture. This is real. This is from tonight. This is
Julia Fox. We have burned Julia Fox to the ground more times than I can count on Beauty and the Boomer. All the Joey B tunes that I brought when he's like, who is that lady? Why is she this way? That is Julia Fox.
I don't know.
She is an attention-seeking influencer, nothing more. That's her only claim to fame, and she wears crazy makeup and loves to be naked.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
I thought she just... Okay, never mind.
Some say, did she marry Kanye for like 20 seconds or something? Something weird like that.
Must have been like that. I don't know. Did she get Katy Perry's hand-me-downs or what?
But this is what we've come to. These type of crazy influencers are who's invited to the White House Correspondents' fucking dinner.
I think we need a definite...
Not diplomats, not journalists that are doing hard, cutting-edge work. No, it's social media influencers.
Well, all of them, they go, and tonight they're going to get up and talk about how Julian Assange is being tortured to death in prison, and that they're all hypocrites, right? That's going to happen. I have no joy for any of them. We've got, you brought a memeology here. What's this all about? Is Joe Flying a balloon, or what is that?
Well, of course, this week we saw the puppet strings. Biden, remember, he got busted with the question and answers.
Oh, yeah, his little crib notes, yeah. Crib notes.
Yeah, his little notes.
He couldn't even read
that
those.
has to do with it.
Yeah.
No, he absolutely couldn't.
Yeah, he couldn't read those. So memology is going to
But that's good because it gave Jean-Pierre an out for saying, well, that question didn't match what was on the paper.
Yeah, damn it, Joe. Damn it, Joe. Waiter, Adderall shots all around. Here we go. Here we go, Jill. Yeah. I can't hear it.
Turn up. I can't hear it. There we go.
Mr. President, I heard you have to get back to the Oval Office.
Oh, gross. I forgot that's what this was.
What was that? Oh. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
What'd you say to you?
I said you have to get back to the... I heard you had to get back to the Oval Office.
And by the way, the one thing I thought when I got to be president, I'd get to give orders. But I take more orders than I ever did, and you're right, babe. What's your name?
Kathleen.
Kathleen, what a beautiful name. Kathleen's reminding me I've got to get back to the office. If I don't go, they're going to get the Secret Service working on me, so I'm going to be in trouble. And by the way, the one thing I thought when I got to be president, I'd get to give orders. Well, I take more orders than I ever did, and you're right, babe. What's your name?
He's right. He's taking a lot of orders.
He's taking a lot of orders. He didn't say anything we didn't know.
Yeah, so Joe, tell the truth. They don't like it when you tell the truth. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. That's a great puppet. I love that. Chanda, I knew you were going to bring this. I knew.
Well, no, I brought a different one yesterday. Now, I had brought a report earlier last week saying that the White House had bought so many influencers they paid so much money to. But, okay, so we'll get into it because I had to revise the next slide. I had a different thing on there. But so this is, what are they called? What are they called? I can't even remember their names. I can't see it. It's on there. It's too small for me. But these are Gen Zer influencers that might have been hired by the White House Biden campaign DNC, depending on who you talk to.
I don't know, but they've been eating too many bowls of Dexatrim.
Dexatrim.
What the Republican Party doesn't understand about Gen Z is we don't like you. You claim you want to appeal to Gen Z, but you call us stupid, you say we're dumb, you say we're indoctrinated. I promise it's a losing strategy. And Gen Z is watching the Republican Party extremely closely as they destroy our environment, take rights away from women, do nothing about kids being shot in schools, and if they think they can give the middle finger to our generation and get away with it, they're sorely mistaken.
They're sorely mistaken.
Sorely mistaken.
And it's backed up with, I mean, the one that I brought yesterday where they rattle off the bullet points that they've been given by the Biden campaign, which are, the Reduction Act and infrastructure and blah, 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 all the shit that they love to tote, right? That they're going to shove down our throats for the next 16
crumbs
months.
Crumbs and gruel, eat it up.
Crumbs and gruel. So somebody community noted this, right? Because now they have community notes on Twitter. I go in there. I do community notes all the time. God, my screen's messed up today. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, somebody says, Ed says, I don't know who this is, just some random Ed dude. In my opinion, the community notes entry on a video released by Harry Sessions and Chris Moe is completely unwarranted. Fact. Harry Sessions is not paid by the DNC. He is employed by a company that was contracted by the DNC. MediaWorks in 2023.
Okay.
Harry Sessions asked the White House for press briefing passes and received them because he is deemed part of the media.
Okay.
Okay. To imply that Harry is a Democratic operative is out of line. This would also mean that everybody who works for Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, Twitter, Facebook, etc. are political operatives because the companies they work for have received advertising contracts from various candidates and political organizations. I hope honest community note users fix this error. Community notes are an incredibly powerful tool, but they still are imperfect.
Is that like a manifesto for what they do? I mean, gee, Merry Christmas.
If they're contracted by the DNC, they're doing what the DNC wants them to do. They're saying what the DNC wants them to say.
Yeah,
that's how this works.
Yeah.
That's how it works. They're not their own entity. They don't, insane.
The deal breaker.
Romeo Hart, welcome.
The deal breaker for me is with those contracts, they all get a year's supply of lube that has a picture of David Brock on it. So
From Dow Chemical, because it's one big happy Proctor family.
Oh, we're living in the Twilight Zone. I gotta get a car. I gotta get a car. Reef, we need a Twilight Zone sound bar here. Please help us out with that.
I don't know why we've never really got a sound mix going.
Oh, because I've just been too old and busy. What did I bring this or did you bring this?
I brought this, but you taught me how to cut them just perfect and make it look like this. So, what's Biden been up to this week? Let's see.
And turn this primary from a campaign that's about negative attacks into one about what we're for, because we cannot get reelected. We cannot win this re-election.
Oh, fuck.
Excuse me. We can only re-elect Donald Trump.
We can only Yes, Joe. We can only re-elect Donald Trump. Oh
Biden's
my God,
not doing too good. Right out the gate, he's telling people that he's going to elect Trump.
A couple of those neurons froze up on him again. I just.
Well, when I first saw this, I was like, "This has got to be old." I'm like, "This is from 2020. It's got to be." And then nope, it was from this week.
Oh my God, yeah. I think he walked off the stage again this week too somewhere. I don't know what the hell's going on. I love this. You brought Misha. She's doing a great job. I implored her to do.
This is funny. Everybody's pretty much played it.
Yeah,
this
no,
week.
it's good. She does a good job. Misha. I implored her to do a Kamala Harris next, though. So I hope she does do a Kamala Harris. Here we go. Yeah, you got a line there. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out where the line is. It's on this side.
Okay.
Welcome to Baking with Hillary. I'm Hillary Clinton, and today I'm going to demonstrate how nation building is a lot like baking a cake. First, choose your recipe. As a superpower, I like recipes that are rich in resources. Think of these resources as delicious ingredients, like oil. Oil is needed to make your cake nice and tender. Now start by pouring money into a conflict. Lots and lots of money. If you run out, not a problem. We can print more, and we will. Next, spice things up with extremist groups. Who doesn't love cinnamon? To think people used to kill for this stuff. It's time for the sugar. The sweetest part about nation building is when you have corporate control of the government and corporate control of the media, you have complete control of the narrative. I call this step, I swear they wanted to be liberated. Occasionally, it'll be necessary to bomb cities or open fire on civilians. Now, let's beat it to death. It's okay if it gets a little messy. Regime change can be messy. Almost done, but first we have to install a puppet government. Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure this fits. Now bake it at 400 degrees for 20 years and voila!
20
It's probably a fucked up cake, but you might be able to cover it with democracy frosting. If your cake gets ruined, oh well, there are plenty of more opportunities to bake more cakes. I once baked a Libyan basbousa cake that went terribly awry.
Oops.
And remember, don't get caught up on one recipe when there are so many recipes to try. I'm thinking a tres leches cake next. I love the Mexican people. That's it for Baking with Hillary. I'm Hillary Clinton, and remember, we came, we saw, he died.
Hey, you know what? I think she's doing better than Saturday Night Live these days, dude. So
Excellent work.
good job there, Misha.
Very
Misha
funny.
Collin over there, Jimmy Dore show, and she's,
Catch her on Jimmy Dore.
Yeah,
yep.
she's one of the executive producers over there. So we've got our executive producer
Love
Linda,
our executive
and they've
producers.
got Misha and a few other folks over there. What's the guy's name? Does anybody know? He was on with Aaron.
I
yesterday.
can't remember.
Anyway. Kudos,
Not right at
kudos,
this moment
Misha. We'll
anyways.
keep kicking those out. We do want a Kamala Harris. That should be awfully easy, except getting your lips open around your teeth that far when she cackles. That's the problem. What do we? Is this who I think it is?
I get it.
Yes.
Yeah, I was victorious.
Yeah, victorious.
Okay.
Is this Smedley Butler?
Smedley Butler, guys, this is. Well, I've been doing a lot of watching old videos. I went back and watched a lot of interviews with the Kennedy clan, like Mama, and Anyways, I'll be bringing those throughout the week for you guys. But this one is Smedley Butler, pre-World War II. This is the election leading into World War II. Listen to his prediction.
Uh-oh, you're gonna scare me. I like that crackling on the needle.
I know.
During the last 3 months of traveling, I've gained the impression that Mr. Roosevelt's popularity is on the wane, but that it is not slipping fast enough to of itself destroy his chances for re-election in 1936. The great mass of open-minded Americans who are not blindly bound by party allegiances and whose votes really decide elections, again, have come to the conclusion that the Democratic Party cannot run this country. But they do not seem to have any more confidence in the old-line Republican politicians. Mr. Roosevelt will be reelected unless he makes some false step, involves us in a foreign war which is surely coming. Just remember, too, that this administration has control of the vote-getting machinery and has control of $5 billion to spend as it sees fit. And as present-day politics go, you could elect an Eskimo with $5 billion.
I don't think you can elect Hillary Clinton with $500 billion. So
Yeah.
that would be the only thing I'd say.
For
That was great,
sure.
Shannon. That was wonderful.
That was pretty haunting, though. He's just laying it out there. They've got the power from the corporations. They got access to the money. He's going to make a wrong step. He's going to get us into this foreign war. He just nailed it. He couldn't have predicted what would happen.
History repeats itself, and we fail to learn, don't we? Hell no, Joe must go. That is what I am saying. Is this now quickly? Is that John King?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Maybe it is.
I know that Dana Bash got her ex-husband's job, and there was a big deal about this.
I know. There's been a little switchy-do lately.
Little dust up over there. Okay, what do we got here?
This is the wrong direction. So this is CNN reporting on Biden. Now, this is, I think, the day that he announced or the day after. And this is what CNN had to say about it.
Okay, I just fixed my mic, I hope. So thanks for the heads up. Thanks for the heads up, Popeye. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to John King. See if I can push the right button here.
It's really very, very dull when after all these years in public life, you're known for two things: Ray-Ban sunglasses and chocolate chip ice cream.
Of course.
Very dull president, but...
Mr. President, sir! Have you heard the news, sir?
This is a tough challenge if you're an incumbent president. Look at this number. Nearly 3/4 of Americans say the country's going in the wrong direction. Joe Biden is asking for 4 more years. When 74% of Americans think the country's heading the wrong way, it's hard for the boss to say, give me 4 more years. This is a giant challenge for the president.
Well, I think he's too old, really. Unfortunately, happens to all of us. In the meantime, I think he should walk and swing his arms when he walks like regular people. Would be looking more vigorous.
I'm going to go over and sign that executive order. Thank you.
Where's he going? Is he on an Easter egg hunt still?
Going to smell the roses.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's it. They're playing balloon tag with sausages.
Yeah, that's a situation room, right?
Yeah, that's the situation. Is my microphone any better, guys? Is it too loud? Is
Hopefully.
it too low? John King and Dana Bash were married. He cheated on her with his producer. They still raised their twin boys together, though. It's so weird. You know what, Farron? It's why can't these people mate with who they marry? What's going on?
Baron, I found a clip. I don't even know where it came from, but it's you and Rick Sanchez on RT, and it had to have been like 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. I would love to get your impression on it nowadays. I'm going to save it. We're going to do that.
Yeah, Farron, when you're feeling better, you guys got to get together.
I got to get Farron's reaction to this
get together. I'd love to engineer you guys on another Monday night show. That'd be great.
Totally like, I'm going to get Farron to talk about this.
Shanda's taking no chances because the YouTube police. We had to censor this meme here.
I did, but if you want to see it, I'll bring it. I'm going to bring it to Uncensored on Friday over on Rockfriend and Rumble, so you can see what it actually looks like. Just imagine a big dildo with a nasty scrotum and a plunger, a suction cup on the bottom of it, because introducing the Ride with Biden commemorative dash ornament, proudly display your support for the candidate who's been screwing America for 47 years. Get yours today before Kamala gobbles them all up.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Jilly sent us this. Jilly,
Oh, Jilly.
I had no choice
Jilly.
but to sit through it, but it was too funny.
Time out for Jilly. Okay, you're out, Jilly. It was 1 second. So, yeah. No, that was great. And I've got an Adam Schiff for you for Uncensored Friday that you're going to love.
Okay, perfect.
We've got the debate, the 2024. We're having debates?
If the debates were to happen.
Are we having debates? No. Really?
If we host them.
If we host them. Okay. United Spot has something to say about this, I see.
Welcome back to the 2024 debate. Let's go to the contestants. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2024 debate. Let's get started. Trump, if you were elected president, what would you do?
Well, first off, I would think... Excuse me, but I think she was talking to me.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't. She was talking to me.
No, she wasn't. She was talking to me.
You're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind.
Stop it.
Stop it.
You're just repeating everything I say.
You're just repeating everything I say.
Oh, that's real mature.
Oh, that's real mature.
DeSantis is a piece of
DeSantis is a piece of
I know. Nikki Haley.
We need to send more money to Ukraine.
I didn't even ask you a question yet.
Oh, sorry. But we do need to send more money to Ukraine.
Mr. President.
Oh, man, the president's here? Where is he?
I'm over here, Joe. President Biden, if you were president, how would you fix the American economy?
Well, I'd raise taxes, inflation, gas prices, food prices, and I'd forgive Ukrainian student loans. And I'd make sure to put money in every Ukrainian pocket. I think every kid in Ukraine should have access to every educational opportunity possible.
Well, what about American students? What about American pockets?
They can fend for themselves. People, we need to send more money to Ukraine. It's what George Washington would have wanted.
President Biden, what would you do to fix the border?
I'd let them in.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, illegal immigrants are just as smart and just as talented as American citizens.
Trump, if a spy balloon was flying over
I'd
America...
shoot it down before it got here. I'd shoot it down, too. Stop copying everything I say. Stop copying everything I say.
Nikki, if a spy balloon was flying over America...
I'm a woman of color, so I'd give more money to Ukraine.
President Biden...
Hey, is it nap time yet?
If a spy balloon was flying over America, what would you do?
Well, I mean, I'd like to at least let the balloon do what it came to do. And then once it's done doing its job, I'll politely ask it to leave.
Hey, Joe!
Who said that?
Did you pass your physical?
Yep, Dr. Jill Biden says I'm vigorous and healthy. Whatever that means.
Vigorous and healthy, whatever that means. Oh my God, I love the Kentucky Fried Chicken bucket on the head. That's great. That's great. What is this a plea for United Spot? Do they need money?
It is a plea for United Spot, and that was United Spot you were just watching. And you guys know I've been bringing United Spot for years. They have been making us laugh from both sides.
Yeah,
long time.
They have, and they are terrible and tasteless sometimes, but they hit funny more often than not.
They do hit funny more often than not. And, it's been a rough month for creators all over.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I thought I'd just bring a little cute plea that they brought. You guys laugh at them every Saturday night, so let's help them out if we can.
All right, here we go. United Spot, everybody.
Hello. As many of you already know, the United Spot is not doing well. Over the years, we've been hidden, throttled, censored, and shadow banned. And all for just trying to make a few people out there smile. We're just trying to make people laugh. We're trying to make people forget about their problems for just a few minutes a day. We don't claim to be the news, and We don't claim to have all the answers. We're just a group of people who want to spread a little happiness wherever it's needed. Our videos aren't curing cancer or solving world problems, but we know we're making people out there smile. And that's why we do this. When we read your amazing and supportive comments, it brings a huge smile to all our faces. And we don't want to stop doing this. It's become a passion for us to make people smile. I mean, it's become our life to spread laughter in the only way that we know how. Look, nobody asked us to make videos, but we're glad we did. The amount of support and love that we've been shown over the years it's immeasurable, and it's appreciated more than you could possibly know. I mean, we've had people tell us that our videos turn their bad days into good days, and it's comments like that keep us going. Your comments and support means so much to us. Your comments turn our bad days into good days. You have no idea. Your support means the world to us. So if you're able, and only if you're able, please contribute to our channel to keep the United Spot going.
Chanda, I don't know if he's even being serious.
I know. Poor United Spot. I feel their pain. I do. And they make us laugh every week.
Yeah,
so.
like I said, we're an equal poor taste opportunity player here in the big thing. So
we are. I appreciate the poor taste.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we try and put credit to all of our contributors in the rundowns or shout them out at the least. So yeah, if you can, throw them 2 bits or $2 or whatever.
4 bits.
That would be great. That was very nice of you to put that up there, Chanda.
Well, I just, I feel the love. I feel the love.
Yeah, no, I do too. And Juice Media, they're another one. I don't think a lot of people know how much work goes into a decent or really good production. Even decent productions, a lot of time goes in.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't have those 1,000 watching and 3,000, 30,000.
No, because we've all been shadow banned and everything that United Spot just said. We've been suppressed.
We're nothing special. We know it. Well, you've got our sisters and brothers being really well-researched news and stuff out there. That's what they do. And Chanda, I'm going to tell you something right now, and I'm going to tell the crowd. I've done research before, and I've done damn good research, and I know you have too, and we could do that. We could do it on the regular. But the field is full of great people. You got the Gray Zone and Sabrina and everybody out there. INN's doing some great work, and Hardlands and Convo Couch. We don't need to get in that lane. What we're trying to do here is give everybody a break on Saturday night so they can have a laugh and maybe pick up a couple of stories. And we're coming up to something that I don't normally do. Chanda has no responsibility in this, but something kind of hit a nerve this week. ABC News edits interview with presidential candidate RFK Jr. to remove false claims about COVID-19. And Robert F. Kennedy says 47 USC 315 makes it illegal for a TV network to censor presidential candidates, but Thursday, ABC showed its contempt for the law, democracy, and its audience by cutting most of the content. My interview with host Lindsay Davis, leaving only cherry-picked snippets and defamatory, and it goes on and on and on. And I had to put my 2 bits in there and says, sue the living shit out of Walt Disney Company, Capital Cities, ABC, American Broadcasting, Paramount Theaters, because, Chanda, they should not do that. It is illegal, and Fox got in trouble for it before too, and I think they got fined the shit out of them. But they're going, and I'm not going to. Now we both, Chanda and I, share a brain, so we both happen to be in 2 different places on the planet and turned the same video on today. Michael Smirkonish interviewing RFK.
Yeah, it was so cringe.
It was cringy, but RFK sent a tweet back at him and thanked him for doing an unedited real interview on CNN. So,
but he hated it. He hated it the whole way. You could tell. Not RFK Jr. Fucking what's his name? Hated
Michael
it.
Smirkonish, yeah. And the 3 questions he asked at the end were pretty silly. So I recommend if you see it on Twitter. It's 18 minutes long or something, 14 minutes long.
They were all culture war questions.
It was
weren't they?
culture. It was virtue.
Yeah.
It was virtue signaling questions.
That's what CNN does. But in RFK Jr.'s defense, he did get a couple of good swipes at CNN, called him out for a couple of things.
Yeah,
right there
I'm glad. And you should, if you're going to
I was just shocked that he was actually doing an interview on CNN. Like, what? They never let Bernie ever nowhere fucking near CNN.
He did a hell of a great interview on Kim Iverson the other day.
Yeah.
Now, here's where the rubber meets the road, guys. Now, we don't like to get into the drama, sisters and brothers and stuff, but I think Michael Tracy is fair game, especially after the bullshit that he put up yesterday. Whether you like RFK Jr.'s voice or not, you shouldn't do this. RFK's vocal cords are fried, and sorry, it's kind of important for a presidential candidate to be able to speak. And Kim Iverson commented, "This is why our country is broken." Not sure I follow. Of course, that's what Michael Tracy would say. People care about stupid shit more than they care about some substance, from Leonard Tepp. And Garland Nixon said, "Nuclear war should not be avoided. Let's vote for the clear-spoken warmongers who will get us killed, but at least we will understand their command to the duck and cover." I think that's just a sample.
Garland killing it. Heck yeah.
That's just a sample, and I highlighted the familiar ones there because they were grouped together, and I didn't want.
There's a bunch of people that are.
Oh, they're
saying
beating the
this
shit
I've
out. They're
noticed.
beating the shit out of Tracy.
I got to tell you, my first impression when I heard his voice years ago, I was like, "Oh gosh, that's hard to hear," because I have hearing loss in my right ear, so I can't understand him. I have to really be close. It has to be turned up. But over the years, I've gotten better. My ears have got adjusted, and now I hardly notice it anymore.
I have a lot of friends who are disabled, and I've been in the disabled community for 15 years now, and Kennedy has spasmodic dysphonia, I think is what it is. I'm not sure.
Right.
If somebody in the chat can correct me if I am wrong.
They will.
But that is a disability that he's living with, and he's getting through it real well. There isn't a speech he's ever given where I couldn't understand him just fucking fine. So to go after him in such a classless way, which Michael Tracy is classless, and I will state this for the record, I think that Michael Tracy is all of these things. So he said it's kind of important for a presidential candidate to be able to speak. Well, he said sorry there. Sorry loses all seriousness coming from a narcissistic, misogynist, arrogant, egotistical prick. And that's what you are, Michael Tracy, and I can't stand you, and I don't even know why Jimmy had him on back in the day, because
I know he used to be on a lot.
Yeah, and
other
other shows. And to our sisters and brothers out there who may see this, I'm not telling you who to have on your fucking show, but this guy is a classless prick. And here's the other tweet. It's sad, it's hilarious and sad that people are pretending not to think this sounds like nails on a chalkboard. So I responded, it's hilarious and sad that people are pretending to take Michael Tracy seriously while pretending he's not really a narcissistic hairy ape. And I think that was a fair response, because he's a hairy fucking ape. And if he does good work in his profession, fine by me, but there are too many other people out there that do better work, classier, more thoughtful than the hairy ape who caps on a disabled person who's running for president. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Absolutely fuck off. So, there you go. That's my 2 cents. Sorry, I don't usually do that. I apologize, Stand Up, but I got sick of it watching that stream. Just bullshit. Bullshit. So what do we got here?
I always wondered what happened to that creepy banjo kid from that movie Deliverance.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah. You brought another video here. What's this? Is this
This is a kind of a crossover of channels. I think it's got JP and Brent Pella.
JP and Brett Pella. Okay, here we go. JP and Brett Pella.
Right.
Yeah, this is honestly the best job I've ever had. And I've been working in your your galaxy for a while.
Glabgork is absolutely amazing. In fact, I kind of think that he's underutilized a lot at times. Did you know that he can melt things with his eyes?
Glabgork has been doing pretty good. He's taken to the office like a fish to water.
Oh yeah, I love having him around. He is just adjusting so well. He hasn't tried to put anything in my butt, and that's great.
Everyone here has been pretty welcoming. I mean, nobody really sees me for the color of my scales. They see me for the content of my interdimensional consciousness.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Well, I mean, most people.
I don't want him to work here. I've never wanted him to work here. And it's not because he's blue, all right? I like all people. I just like humans more, okay? I didn't mean it like that. What's up, blue balls? Look, I'm not saying anything that people already don't know, okay?
It's been about 6 months. You know, they picked me up after I was doing an abduction out in Boerne, Texas. Didn't know anybody lived out there. Didn't know you could, to be honest. Such a weird place.
I saw all those things zipping around. I never knew that it was him this whole time. So really, I'm happy I shot him down.
That footage that the Pentagon released a while back, yeah, that was me and my boys. Joyriding. Can't believe you guys caught us on camera. But what'd you shoot that on? A spoon?
He's got so many ideas, none of which I want to say no to.
Yeah, so I was thinking, you know, on my planet we have lava worms that we usually just put up our rectum. And I was thinking if you guys incorporate that into your brand, it could open up a whole new category for you.
Wow. Yeah, we've been teaching each other about our cultures. Like, I took him hunting, he took me abducting.
Now, this is a custom 8-ply. There were only 4 of these actually made with the full color of Peter Dinklage.
So this guy is he's like a god.
He's a living, yes, godlike.
Oh, sticky.
Oh God, gross.
Oh my God. What's up, man? A lot of people refer to me as an illegal alien or a migrant Martian, but I like to think of myself as alien American.
Him working here? That means there's one less human that's working here, all right? He's taking our jobs.
So as the CDO, I feel as though it's my responsibility to help amplify blue voices.
Yeah, and I was thinking maybe a new slogan could be, you know, Black Coffee Matters. You know?
I can't say no to that.
He's really...
That was good, Chanda.
They're
like
funny.
that.
They're super funny.
I've never seen Brent Pella before without his mask on. This is.
I know that's the first time I've ever seen him without his mask on.
First time.
I lost.
I do want to go back to you brought up the point and I missed it. I'm sorry. Michael Tracy shit all over Tara Reid number of times.
Number of times.
Yeah. And I don't know how many other that's kind of where the misogynistic.
He's intimidated by women.
He's a prick. He is a prick. Hey Chanda, let's send him a lube with picture of David Brock on it too. He's going to need it. We got you got perception here.
Yeah, but in reality, Bernie needs to be way further down there with Warren or whoever that is.
Yeah, we should have fixed that. I think Bernie.
I should have. I thought about fixing it this morning, and I was like, how would I tear that apart and fix it?
Yeah, next time we'll do that because Bernie's on my forever shit list after stabbing us all in the back.
Dude, this week was like he bitch slapped all of us. Just
again.
We're not even going to talk about it. I'm not going to pretend to be opposition to anything that they're saying. No, I'm just going to all in, feed in, first week, not a word.
Anybody want to invite me on to their radio show because I've got a face for radio? I don't want to. I would debate that with anybody that thinks Bernie's the man still. Whatever. He is not.
It hurts.
He is not. What do you got here? Oh, Rokana, did you bring this or did I bring this?
Oh, God. No, I brought this. So this was this week. Of course, you had AOC and Markey or Malarkey. I want to call him Malarkey.
It's right. Malarkey.
They're re-upping their vision for the climate resolution. So across the country, millions of young people still dream of a Green New Deal. And the Sunrise Movement leaders together, we will take over classroom by classroom, school by school, city by city until we win. So Rose says keeping the planet healthy and healthcare for all are connected. That is why I have joined Ed Markey and to introduce a Green New Deal for health, because that's what we need. And a bill that re-emerges with other healthcare systems looking like we prioritize people over the planet. Well, total fucking hogwash.
Yeah, Ro Khanna. I spell his name Ro Khan.
So yeah, Green
Khanman,
New Deal for Health. That's what it's called. Green New Deal for Health.
Yeah, it's just another marketing gimmick.
So it says, while some progressives criticize the Inflation Reduction Act for pouring gasoline on the flames of the climate crisis by extending fossil fuel era, it was what does that say? I can't read what it says. Energy, Securities, and Change. I'm trying to get that. Can you? It cuts it off in the middle of it. Trying to figure out what company that is. Damn it.
I don't know.
Sorry, guys. I can't read the note because of the way the screen cuts it off. But basically, they're just repackaging a bunch of shit. They're adding a bunch of, payoffs. That's what this always turns into. It always gets co-opted, and it never is going to help the people. And it always just is a fucking handout. It's getting greenwashed, right? Now they're going to greenwash health.
Well, they're trying to get the Sunrise kids that they screwed over back.
And that's what they're saying. They will get them. Oh, I got it. I can do that. Okay. Hold on. I'll finish reading that. So it says, it was still widely heralded for investing a historic $369 billion into energy, securities, and climate change. Okay, so that was the bill. And then we go to the next slide. And it says, also on Thursday, as a part of that pledge, Markey partnered with Rep. Ro Khanna to introduce the Green New Deal for Health, a bill to repair and empower healthcare sector to protect health and the well-being of our workers, our communities, and our planet in the face of the climate crisis and for other purposes. The Green New Deal, purposed earlier this year by AOC and Markey, was translation to the U.S. economy entirely away from fossil fuels within the next 10 years. So they want to transition us off of fossil fuels completely in the next 10 years, while simultaneously providing federal jobs and a health care guarantee. It would also, according to its proponents, advance social, economic, racial, regional, and gender-based justice and equality and cooperative and public ownership. So basically...
They checked all the boxes with that one, didn't they, Chanda?
God, I know, right? They did. They hit every one of them. But basically, so a Green New Deal for a healthcare bill that is somehow, it's a federal jobs guarantee too, and you'll get your health care. So basically, the government owns you. You work for them for the federal job guarantee, and then you get their health care for them and shit. I mean, BlackRock owns all the housing now, so it'll just be subletted depending on what a subsidiary you fucking work for the government.
Oh, yeah. Hell, BlackRock will figure it out. BlackRock's been playing sue itself all week. And so, it's another con job grift. I would ask those so-called representatives, and I say so-called representatives, and you can't even call Stacey Plaskett a so-called representative. She's not.
She wasn't elected by anybody.
Wasn't elected by anybody. But I would say, screw it. Just send Ukraine another $100 billion. And for military, one of the most wasteful, climate dangerous
Well, and that's the
wars.
hypocrisy of it, right?
Yeah,
That's the fucking hypocrisy of it. You guys want to talk about climate change and Green New Deals and not even talk about what net zero actually means. It means taking everybody's cars away. It means shoving you somewhere where you can't leave because air travel's not fucking allowed.
Yeah, let's have another war. That'll take us some slack.
And we got to do away with all cars in the next 10 years. That's what they're saying with this. And then they go, but we need a war in Ukraine, even though the military-industrial complex is the biggest fucking polluter on the planet, and all the subsidiaries that are working for them, manufacturing for them.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says a word about that, and that's the problem. Not Bob and Joe driving their car 10 miles down the road to go to work.
Fun fact, Chanda, did you know that these destroyers and all these giant ships of war, guess where they dump their frickin' sewage and their waste products?
In the Wawa.
In the Wawa. They're dumping it. They dump it in the ocean. I'm talking nuclear waste.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Canada
dump it
dumps
in the
theirs, and
ocean.
it comes across the strait at us.
Yeah, you have 500 whales wash up on a shore in like Finland, and
We
you
don't
wonder
know
why.
why
Oh,
they're
we don't know
sick.
why. Well,
We don't know.
maybe it's all your frickin' destroyers and aircraft carriers dumping their poo in the ocean. You sons of, ugh, God, sickening.
Yeah, it's gross. It's sick.
You
It's sick,
are
it's
the
sick.
carbon they want to reduce. Yes, you are, Chanda, and
You are.
and I
You
am
are.
too. And they're trying to do it with chemtrails. So you brought.
Hey.
What's going on?
Somebody dropped us a super Ray.
Ronnie Graham.
Tracy went after Fiorella out of sheer jealousy when she got hired by RT. You're absolutely
Who
right.
went after
I
Fee?
remember that. Michael Tracy.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I remember that. I gave him the finger
remember
then.
that.
I actually, I actually,
You called him out live then, too.
yeah. He's the guy he's lower than an amoeba in my opinion. Do I have to say everything when I knock on
I
him as a
met Michael
pin?
Tracy in 2016.
How
at
did
the
you stand
DNC
that? I mean-
convention. I didn't know who the hell he was, and I wasn't impressed. Like, the people around me were like, oh, ew. And I was just like, yeah, okay.
This is bad, but you know how when you walk up to somebody, just looking at them, you can tell they smell. That's the feeling I get from that guy. So I wouldn't even get close to him. I wouldn't want to meet him. He's terrible, and he's an awful person. So there you go. I'm again, and he's shitting on Tara Reid and Fiorella and all our friends.
I tell you, he's intimidated by strong women. You don't see him shitting on anybody else but strong women.
And he's if he's
Yeah, we're going to talk about Fee and the disdain that she takes during Fee Says, you guys. I tell you guys, Kashama gets the worst hate. No.
Oh,
no.
the
Fee
Fiorella.
has fucking surpassed her by miles.
Fee gets it. She gets it bad. Okay, United Spot. You got
United Spot.
United Spot.
This is AOC and how she met Tucker.
AOC's been kind of like dropping him this week.
Okay, so like a lot of people have been like asking me like, what's your deal with Tucker Carlson? Why are you like so happy he got fired? Well, what you probably don't know is, before I became a scientist / Instagram model / congresswoman, I used to be a full-time bartender economist, okay? And all the time people would come in and harass me. And one particular time, I thought I was gonna die. This man walked in, he was totally trying to date me, and his name actually ended up being Tucker Carlson. And this was like long before he was like ever like Fox News or like whatever. But he like totally walked in and I guess he didn't have any money. And he said, "Hey, bartender." And I looked at him and I'm just like, "You're just gonna like assume I'm the bartender?" And he's like, "Well, you're behind the bar. Don't you work here?" Anyways, so then he said, "I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make you a bet." And I said, "Okay, where are the horses?" And he started laughing at me. So anyways, he says, "Look, I'll bet you $300
Birdie
that I
back
can
there.
pee into this cup all the way over there on the other side of the bar and not miss a single drop." So I was like, oh my gosh, you like totally got a bet. Because my ginger boyfriend, who's now my fiance, always goes to the bathroom and stands directly over the toilet and never gets a single drop in the toilet bowl. He either pees on the wall or he pees on the floor. And that's why my luxury apartment smells like mushrooms. So the next thing you know, Tucker jumps up on the bar stool and he literally just starts peeing everywhere. I mean, he's like peeing all over the jukebox. He's peeing all over the bar. He's peeing all over me, in my hair, on my fingernails.
Oh my God.
And I just started laughing. I said, "Where's my $300, Tucker?" And he just like totally started cracking up. And I'm like, "Tucker, why are you like totally laughing? You just lost a bet." And he was like, "I know, but I bet those executives over there from Fox News that if I could piss all over you in your bar and make you laugh about it, I get a job reading the news." I had to go home that night because I almost died.
Oh God, those guys are irreverent. I gotta tell you. Now, Chanda brought us Sabby Sabs tonight too.
I did. Like I said, she's been killing it for weeks now. But you know, this one was like last week or maybe last Sunday that she interviewed Chris Hedges. Great interview. It's like 45-minute interview, and I think we've already brought clips from that interview. But I love at the very end of this, her last question to him is, what is your advice for people in independent media or wanting to get into independent media? And I think it's pretty telling what he says because we're living it in real time. And yeah, great question.
All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, it's the press. You know, I've done it a long time. I started covering the wars in El Salvador in the early '80s. It's really atrophied. It's quite frightening. I mean, when I look back, and the press was always very flawed, of course. But when I look back on what was possible when I began and what's possible now, you see how the walls are really closing in. And what they're doing to Matt is kind of an example of that.
All right, Chris, my last question for you. What advice would you give to someone who is considering becoming an independent journalist, given the level of suppression that we have today compared to when you first started?
Well, that's what frightens me. It's so people like myself, Glenn Greenwald, Matt Taibbi, who already have become kind of publicly known, can switch to Substack, which I've done. And that has been, you know, quite lucrative and allowed me to continue to do my work, Matt and Glenn as well. But if you haven't established that kind of profile, then it's extremely difficult to get found, noticed, and funded. And what frightens me is that the new generation of journalists who should be, you know, essentially nurtured and carrying on the kind of work that many of us have done, it's impossible for them to make a living, to make a salary where they can. None of us ever got into journalism to make money, of course. But they can't get published and they can't get remunerated for their work. And that is just, again, extremely frightening because you have whole area with the atrophy of kind of news organizations. You have whole sections of government, especially on the local level, city level, courts, police, they're just going dark. And these people without any kind of scrutiny, and the scrutiny was always flawed. It was never what it should be, but without any kind of scrutiny, then these centers of power will just do whatever they want. And you can't take on corporate power because they'll sue the hell out of you. I mean, Cy Hirsch's last great investigative piece for the New York Times was on this multinational in Gulf and Western, which was all mobbed up. They were all linked to the mob. And in the end, the Times was so frightened, they wouldn't run it. They neutered it, and he quit. And he said, you know, at that point, I could still take on governmental power, although I don't think we can anymore. But I realized we can't take on corporate power. And that's what I've been watching over the decades that I've been a journalist. They have just the bars are coming down. And then, of course, wholesale surveillance makes it impossible for whistleblowers. Obama was awful on this, using the Espionage Act to go after whistleblowers. And then you're essentially left. Either people hack material, Chelsea Manning or Edward Snowden, and get it out to the public. Julian Assange, who did not hack, by the way, he's a publisher. And the Trump administration used the Espionage Act against Julian. The first time before it was always used against whistleblowers. Now it was, for the first time, used against the journalists.
Yeah, that was pretty profound point. You know, he doesn't say anything encouraging or, stay and fight. He just says, if you don't have an already established, fan base, then you're going to have a hell of a time. And you're going to be fighting corporate powers and government powers and, undercover agencies, spying powers. Yeah. And that's exactly what we've all come up against in independent media. And I'm so proud of everybody who's still out there, still doing it, still fighting. And as long as we're on the air, we're getting truths out there.
And it's just going to get better for us because you are the media. All of you. You might not think so in this room, but you are. Because the old days of Walter Cronkite and Chet Huntley and David Brinkley, Edward R. is gone. They have been bought off.
Yep.
The New York Times is not even the paper.
If this last week wasn't an example of that with the Fox firing its head frickin', and then they threw Don Lemon in there just as a parting gift.
Well, yeah,
right?
they wanted Don Lemon to take some of the ratings away from Fox, but that didn't work out so well. That's like apples and oranges.
Well, we're gonna get to cream of bullshit. I
can't wait for cream of bullshit. But right now, we're gonna take a little historical lesson. And Chanda, did you know that Democrats were talking about getting health care for everybody back in 1960? Yep. You knew that? Well,
they've been blowing smoke for a long time.
1960.
And what they do in England is entirely different. In England, the entire cost of medicine for people of all ages All of it. Doctors, the choice of doctors, hospitals, from the time you're born to the time you die, are included in a government program. But what we're talking about is entirely different. And I hope that while he's here, he and Dr. Spock and others who have joined us will come to see what we're trying to do. The fact of the matter is that what we are now talking about doing, most of the countries of Europe did years ago. The British did it 30 years ago.
Decades ago.
We are
half a century
behind
ago.
every country pretty nearly in Europe in this matter of medical care for our citizens. And then those who say that this should be left to private effort. In those hospitals in New Jersey where the doctors said they wouldn't treat anyone, who paid their hospital bills through Social Security, those hospitals and every other new hospital, the American people, all of us, contribute 1/2, 1 or 2/3 for every new hospital in the national government. We pay 55% of all the research done. We help young men become doctors. We are concerned with the progress of this country. And those who say that what we are now talking about spoils our great pioneer heritage should remember that the West was settled with 2 great actions by the national government. One, in President Lincoln's administration, when he gave a homestead to everyone who went west, and in 1862 he set aside government property to build our land-grant colleges. This cooperation between an alert and progressive citizenry and a progressive government is what has made this country great, and we shall continue as long as we have the opportunity to do so.
Well, there you go. There you have it.
Yeah, all the Democrats have been saying. Nancy Pelosi, when she first went in the late 60s, she campaigned for
I
Kennedy.
honestly think that this was the direction that JFK wanted to go. I honestly do. Maybe I'm just being romantic about it, but
No, I'm going to bring a clip this week. I told you I watched a couple of really old from 1974 sit downs one was from 68. Yeah, one was from 68, one was from 74. With Rose Kennedy. And she talks about her kids and raising her kids and her dreams for her kids and, how they were raised to be politicians, to be gentlemen, to be a democratic gentleman. That's who they were. But she wanted to instill in them to help the people. And I think that you did see that with the Kennedys. I mean, deep down, that's what they wanted. There was so much, they were in such a swamp, still a swamp. Here we are.
Still a swamp. And once again, Chanda and I are both in agreement. Universal, fully funded health care. None of the hurdles that come with Medicare for all. Just straight away. You get your card, you're a citizen, fully funded, universal health care.
You go to the doctor, they pay the bill.
They pay the bill.
How it works.
Nobody is arbitrating whether you're going to get your surgery or not. That's the system that's built into that. They're going to take care of it between your doctor and you. That's what it means.
The system we have right now is killing people.
It's killing
the system
people.
that they want to morph it into is just going to kill more people.
It's going to kill more people. So we are fully in favor of universal, fully funded health care for every citizen. So anybody that says otherwise is a fucking liar. Okay, this right here, I didn't cut this, but I'm not going to bring it. But go back and watch Sabby's show on Tuesday.
I did. I watched this. It was good.
It was great. There's no point in cutting this now. It's too late. But I just want to show you, Sabby has jumped.
I saw.
Almost 2,000 subs. And see, she's up to 36.2. And last Saturday, it was 34.5. So, guys, I want to personally thank everybody who is helping Sabby reach my goal, and this is my goal, of 50,000 subs by July 5th. Yep. And I really appreciate it, and I hope you continue because we need voices, Sabby's voice and others like Sabby.
Yes.
Out there more.
Reasonable voices.
Thoughtful, well-researched, well-articulate. Yep. And we need
asking
them
the real
there.
questions, too. I love Sabby's asking the
and
questions
I know,
that we would be asking.
I know you are out there, and I would support you equally. If Sabby's doing the work, please get out there and support her. That being said, I have to discuss.
I want to shout out a super chat.
Okay.
Rob Juno, thank you so much for the super chat. Opportunity costs. take a whole new meaning in the age of inter-spiritual duality.
Duplicity, yeah. You guys are lovely educated. Oh, well, I don't know. Shanda's the educator. I'm the boomer. Thank you so much, Rob. Really, really appreciate it. We love those super chats. Sabrina Salvati, and I have to disclose, I didn't say anything, but she shouted the land.
I love it. I hit it the other day, and she goes, shout out to Oz. And I was like, did she say Oz? I had to rewind it.
Yeah,
I was like, Oz got shouted out.
You know, honestly, Shanda, I get love from so many of our friends and family out there, and I got a lot of love on this one from a lot of people that I don't know.
Because you were right about this. Didn't you clip this one and put it out there?
It is clipped. Yeah, it is clipped, and I did put it in there, but you could read it. I don't want to read the whole thing, but I'll just play the clip. And Sabby, thank you so much for shouting them out. Not necessary, but I do appreciate it, and it's very classy of you to credit anybody that you cite on your show. Not everybody does that, and you do it all the time. Sabby's very good about calling it. Yeah, very classy. She carries herself well. She calls out everybody on Super Rays when they donate, her Patreons, everybody. She goes above and beyond, better than anybody that I know next to Convo Couch doing this. So she does it great. Let's listen to this clip.
Now, Oz, shout out to Oz because he shared this. Oz said advice can save a nation if it doesn't fall on deaf ears. Let's hear what Kim asked him. Kim asked RFK Jr. the $1 million question yesterday, and this is what everyone wants to hear, I think, for the most part. Listen to this.
In the end, and this is what happened in 2020, in the end, when they say, well, Joe Biden's the candidate and that's it, are you going to endorse him for president? If you decide you're not going to run?
I'm in it to win it, so I'm not thinking of a plan B.
Okay.
Isn't that the same thing that Marianne said? Isn't that the same thing? Didn't Marianne say the same thing? Like she's doing it so she can win, and we get that. But this question is very crucial. And in his announcement video, when he says that we need to clean up our government, you're not going to clean up the government if you continue to allow the status quo to exist. And that means that if you continue to do what Bernie Sanders did and tell people, well, we can't get Trump or we can't get whoever else is running out there. We can't get them. So you got to support Joe Biden. Nah, that's not going to clean up anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kim gave him some good advice, and I hope he takes it to heart. But you cannot bring a feather against a baseball bat, and that's what he's doing right now this week by saying, oh, Joe Biden, he's a friend and we just ideologically disagree.
Well, he actually genuinely looked shocked when she said, I have literally no trust in the Democratic Party. And he was kind of like, I'm shocked that why?
Yeah.
And that's because he lives in that higher echelon, class. That's the only way I can put it. He grew up a fucking Kennedy, so he doesn't realize how we're treated at the bottom of the Democratic Party. He has no idea the lengths that they went to, the DNC, all of the super PACs to go against Bernie Sanders, how they undermined his campaign, and they'll do it to his campaign. He has no idea how the media undermined for the DNC. And yeah, he's naive, and I have no dog and no horse in this fight, no pony in this race this time around. I'm going to stay single. I've decided it's bad juju to get yourself a politician.
Yeah,
so
fool me once.
I'm just going to report it the way I see it and the way it is. I'm not going to be getting all, I'm so excited and moved by something that one of these people is saying out there, because at the end of the day, the DNC is corporate captured. and they will choose who they want in there. And right now they want Biden because they want Harris at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think so too. And you know what? I just about have to read this to explain it, at least my position. And by the way, I think that's up to about 2,500 views. For me, I hardly ever put anything up there like this.
No, that was a good tweet.
But you can see the full clip. It's about 4 minutes over at the Land of Oz, Beauty and the Boomer, and I'm not selling anything, so don't worry about it. And what I wrote was, advice can save a nation if it doesn't fall on deaf ears. Kim asked RFK Jr. the $1 million question yesterday. It's my sincere hope he takes Kim's point to heart. The collective number of engaged, thoughtful, and experienced people who agree with Kim's point of view is breathtaking when you consider the history of the Democratic Party. If we can take a moment and understand this truth, people who hold privileged positions in society often have a sense of entitlement and belief that their status grants them a certain level of authority and knowledge. As a result, they may be less inclined to take advice from those who they perceive as being of lower status or less privileged. This can lead to a disregard for the experiences and insights of others, including those who may be wiser in the ways of society. Additionally, privilege can create a bubble of isolation and insularity where individuals are less exposed to the realities and challenges faced by those outside of their social class. This can result in a lack of understanding and empathy for the experiences of others, further reinforcing a reluctance to seek advice or guidance from those perceived as less privileged. Think about it if you're seriously in it to win. Now, honestly, Chanda, I wasn't trying to talk down to the dude, but I've run into this over my lifetime. I have gotten educated from street sweepers, from janitors, from steel workers, from everybody who was not in that class, and a better education from them, including the education when I went through college. So if you close your mind in a bubble of groupthink like DC or that privileged class, how can you expect people to believe that you're going to represent them as president of the United States?
Yeah, exactly.
If he's smart, he will add Kim to his board of advisors on his campaign. And if he's really smart, he'll add Sabrina Salvati, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I'm going to call it here and now. I don't think he's smart, and I think he's going to get duped hard by their shit and their shenanigans.
He just may well be that, maybe well what happens.
But we'll be here to call it out when it happens. So, you know.
So. Sorry, that was a little long-winded, but I had to read it. So
yeah, we are only halfway through the show, and we only have 25 minutes left.
I've got my eye on stuff that I put in that I will cut. Here we go.
Okay, well, no. Hey, I wanted to set this up.
I'm sorry. I thought it was something else. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so this is a future, this is a whole countdown that we're going to go through. And these are who was the Unabomber or the Nord Stream bomber team. So this is my first candidate for who could be the Nord Stream bomber team that went in, right? Because we know Biden didn't leave the White House and go blow it up, right?
Yeah.
But he had to have somebody do it. And this is my first candidates. This is the Polish A team. Okay, now
I can hit it. Okay, sorry, I got a little trigger happy.
If you think Polacks are slow, you obviously haven't heard of J.W. Grom. The Polish Special Military Unit is one of the most formidable Special Forces units in the entire world. They are the ones that the US calls when they have a mission behind enemy lines that they want to keep very secret and quiet. J.W. Grom specializes in stealth operations and has been involved in numerous high-profile domestic and international missions. I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't heard of J.W. Grom, as they usually operate in the shadows. They go through a vigorous, highly demanding training regiment, including escape and evasion, survival, counter-terrorism, and hostage rescue training. The toughest, however, is the combat diving training. For this exercise, a soldier must be able to hold his breath for up to 2 minutes in freezing water while performing various tasks and even conducting combat. Needless to say, not many people are ready to take on what is essentially torture to become one of the best combatants in the world. Moreover, they are entirely forbidden from drinking alcohol and getting into fights outside their tasks. Due to their specialized training, they are considered extremely dangerous, even without a weapon. So the Polish government made sure to keep them under control. The entire unit consists of only 1,500 members. They are armed to the teeth with highly specialized equipment, like night vision goggles, various grenades and flashbangs, breaching tools, and many more. Their weapon of choice is the Polish-made FBMSBS, Modular Assault Rifle. This weapon is an all-in-one rifle, as it can use different components to customize the rifle depending on the mission. So it can change its barrel length, caliber, and accessories. The unit also has Glock 17 and Glock 19 pistols, the Heckler and Koch MP5 submachine gun, the Remington 870 shotgun, and the Beretta M82 sniper rifle.
Jesus.
JW Grom is anything but a joke. They are a highly trained, specialized military force that is both deadly and stealthy. The fact that they lack the fame others on this list have is only a recognition of their excellent work as a secretive combat force operating deep behind enemy lines. Still, they have a long way to go to reach their primary opponents, the Russians. Number 7.
The
Okay,
Russians. The Ruskies.
Every week I bring you guys some clip to show you exactly what the military-industrial complex is spending all that money on. And that was this week.
Yeah,
so.
and that's a lot of money right there. And they're just peeing their pants. You brought a meme here.
I'd rather walk alone on a path of truth than to follow the beliefs of the mentally enslaved that refuse to critically think for themselves. Absolutely.
No shit. I feel like I've done that in my life many times. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Did you see Harris go
Oh,
to
Jesus
South Korea
Christ. I'm still
and quote Squid Games as her only relatable thing?
I know. I couldn't get through it. I just about fell out of my chair.
Gosh,
It was terrible.
So sad.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Pull the
is.
trigger.
No, let's skip it. I want to get to the cream of bullshit one. So we all saw it. It's her cackling and talking about how that's the only relatable thing she has. Okay, so cream of bullshit. This is your CNN cream of bullshit for tonight.
Okay, CNN, cream of bullshit. Chunky.
2024 campaign this week, and in his pre-taped, highly produced video announcement, Vice President Kamala Harris had a very prominent role. Of course, he wants to remind us of the historic, diverse choice that he made, but he also may be hoping to calm the worry voiced by many Americans about his age. In a recent NBC News poll, 70% of adults said that Biden should not run again, and asked if age was a factor in saying he shouldn't run, a total of 69% said yes. You'll remember in 1984, concern was voiced about Ronald Reagan running for re-election at age 73. At 80, Biden is already the oldest president in history. If re-elected, he'd be sworn in at age 82. At the end of a second term, he'd be 86. And concerns about that means increased focus on Vice President Kamala Harris. Right now, her aggregate disapproval rating is currently at 54%, according to 538. And to date, she's not had much traction in the areas with which she's been tasked as the number 2, like the border and voting rights. She recently has been making appearances around other popular Democratic causes, such as infrastructure and abortion rights. Asked by Kara Swisher on her podcast about Harris, former White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain said this.
Why hasn't she been able to shake the perception that she's bad at her job? And give me a little more of a nuanced answer. I know sexism and racism are a huge problem. That doesn't explain all of the bad press.
Oh, my God.
Well, I think sexism and racism are part of the problem, no question about it.
No question about it.
You know, I think she was not as well known in national politics before she became vice president. And, you know, I think that, you know, she just hasn't had the right she hasn't gotten the credit for all that she's done. She's done a lot of very hard work and been very successful as vice president. And I think hopefully during the campaign season, the American people will get more of a chance to see her on the stump and get to know her a little better.
Yeah. Doing what?
What has she?
What the hell has she done?
The only thing I think they really put in her lap was and she, the border. She didn't even go down there. Yeah, that's just terrible. But yeah, CNN throwing softballs like that. She sucks because of sexism and racism.
Sexism, racism. That's it. That's it. What's this one? Is this a Fox?
Well, this is Fox. This is Fox's take on her.
Okay, let's hear what Fox has to say.
Americans view Kamala Harris as unfavorable. How big of a job and how hard of a job is this going to be for them?
That's the thing. You can't put Humpty Dumpty back together. The toothpaste is already out of the tube in terms of the impression that the vice president has made, right? She is patently inauthentic whenever she does any sort of public speaking. She is repeatedly awkward to listen to in those situations. And then when you look at job performance, her #1 job was finding the root causes of mass illegal migration and fixing that crisis that is at the border. And she gets whatever's below an F- on that front. Most Democrats, Ashley, will privately tell you that they would happily replace her on the ticket tomorrow, but that would alienate some black and/or female voters if that occurred. The reason why Joe Biden is running now at this point, guys, is because I think the original plan was Biden runs in 2020, and if he wins, then he passes the baton on to his vice president. And boy, he looks like a hero because now we have our first female president and a woman of color in that regard. And now instead, after seeing the way she's performed, the way she has spoken in public events, the president is stuck with her, and we are stuck now with Joe Biden because there is no baton to pass to at this point, and that's where we are, and that's why Joe Biden is running again, because of the lack of an alternative, guys.
Do you think he's right? Do you think that's why they didn't go with her as the head of the ticket? Because nobody likes her and she sucks?
he was speaking some truths in there, but he foxed it up.
Oh, he totally foxed it up. Yeah, it was totally foxed.
It was terrible, but whatever. But no.
This one made me giggle. So MSNBC is now upset that the Republicans call anytime there's a protest anywhere an insurrection.
I think that's brilliant. Brilliant. They should do that. Let's check it out.
They are doing it.
At this point, it's not just Trump with the hugs and the sing-alongs for the Jan Sixers, which is, I guess, what we're calling them now. That attitude, you Sixers have been through too much. You've been wronged. Here's a pen. Whatever. That apologist, revisionist attitude appears to have infected the rest of the Republican Party. Last month, the highest-ranking Republican elected official in the country, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, conspired with a now unemployed Fox News host to try and use congressional security camera footage in order to whitewash the events of that day. This week, Republicans in Montana voted to bar the state's lone transgender lawmaker, Representative Zoe Zephyr, from entering the State House chamber. And when a peaceful group of Zephyr supporters filled the public gallery at the State House chanting, "Let her speak," Montana Republicans accused Zephyr of encouraging an insurrection, which is also what happened in Tennessee, where Republicans tried to expel 3 Democratic lawmakers for participating in an anti-gun violence protest at the Capitol. The Republican Speaker of the Tennessee House called that peaceful protest an insurrection.
Oh,
so there you go. That slippery slope that we told you guys
chickens are coming
we were
home
on.
To roost, baby.
And here we are. Yeah,
oh my God! Oh, you've always got to bring Rachel in for me. I love it.
Oh yeah, you get a double dose of the MSNBS. So let's see. I told them my source was the CIA, and they still bought it. The dumbest motherfuckers ever. Guess what I learned from the CIA? I have to protect my source. I'm just kidding. It's the CIA. I don't know what the top one says. I can't see
it says, Lauren, I know they're fucking idiots. They'll believe
anything.
Literally anything. And Lawrence goes, wait, we can just say our source is the CIA.
Yeah. They can just say their source is the CIA. Yeah, the CIA told me this.
I heard somebody, I don't know if it was redacted or somebody, but the age of the overpriced news pundit tool for the corporations It's about over. Cable news is dying. They're ruining their reputation.
Won't die fast enough for me, man.
It won't die fast enough. I mean, it needs to go away. This is, once again, top job out there today for everybody, and it pays shitty, is being an independent journalist. You have to.
That's true.
You have to be. You have to be the journalist of today, because we have no journalism anymore. The New York Slimes, the Washington Puke, they are worthless. Don't even worry.
Well,
about
and
it.
when the media's channels die off, you know, CNN, these ones, don't worry. They already bought up all the media influencers. So there you go. They've already funneled where they're going to have the propaganda go.
Yep. I wouldn't.
Bases covered.
I wouldn't use the New York Times to wrap fish in. What do we got? We've got, you brought this, public library.
I'm so glad public libraries already exist. Imagine trying to sell the idea of a library to a politician in 2021. This must be old. You want to build a large public complex of prime real estate that gives away free books and educations and community events paid for by our tax dollars. Are you crazy? Yeah, absolutely true.
I like this. You want me to read this?
Yeah.
Of course you're allowed to ask questions. Here's the list of approved questions. You're absolutely free to study and investigate for yourself. Here's the list of approved sources. We're not trying to stifle thought. We want you to learn everything you can as you reach the proved conclusions. Man, isn't that the truth? Nailed it. That's a great one, Chanda. And that's what happens. Who do we have? Who's this young lady at Clown World here? She looks familiar.
This is your electronics AI section for the night. So we got a double header from Clown Planet.
Uh-oh. Clown Planet.
I put a microchip in my arm, and it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need. My credit card, my ID, my medical info, and even my keys. And when it's time for groceries, you just tap the wrist, and bam! Transaction done. It's like magic. In a medical emergency, it can save my life and easily identify me and my medical history. I feel like a sci-fi character, and I'm loving it. This amazing chip is totally free. That's right, no more digging into your pocket. And the best part, the surgery is quick. They'll give you a cookie afterwards.
They give you a cookie.
They give you a cookie. You know, Chanda, with my luck, they're going to give me one with the serial number 666 in it. 666, yeah. It's going to happen. I just know it. It's going to happen.
Well, that's so fitting, because I have the Oz gift where you're in hell. Jilly sent me this picture, too. It's another one I had to censor for the YouTube censors. But, yeah, the robo-dogs are on the job in New York City.
Today, we are announcing 3 new policing technologies in New York City. The K5 autonomous security robot.
K5.
The Spot
T1000.
robot. And the Star Chase GPS attachment system. Our job is to fight crime and keep people safe.
Right now, you are looking at the robotic dog named Burr. It weighs 70 pounds, can go upstairs, it can fall, even get knocked over and get back up, and it can even open doors. This robot has an audio device so that it can listen, for example, to cries for help.
No, that didn't work out for the dog so well.
Small drones were able to actually fly right inside into small areas where the robotic dog wouldn't have been able to reach. They have lights on them to see into dark places. They can even bump into walls and not crash.
The robot will be remotely controlled only by trained
Jesus Christ, we are the dumbest.
And be deployed to assist ESU, our emergency service unit, in hostage negotiations, counterterrorism incidents, and other situations as needed.
These technologies are not going to be intrusive. I want to be clear on that. They will not be intrusive.
Not at all.
They're intrusive looking at them.
In the right way.
They're intrusive just looking
It
at
can
them.
open doors. It can kick a door in, but it's not going to be intrusive.
It's not going to be intrusive at all. So I wonder what the laws are going to be when they come on your property. Do they have to have a warrant?
The dog? Yeah, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so. Oh, let's see. I was going to skip this one, but since we're here. Favorite slang terms for penis. Kicky wicky, long plum, bald pat frya, the 1658. What? Let's see. Silent flute.
Yeah, that would be me.
Gaying instrument, liver disturber. That one's kind of disturbing.
That is disturbing.
Master of Ceremonies.
Yeah.
Father Confessor, 1890.
Ooh.
That's just weird.
Must have been when the priests were around.
I like this 1896. It's a quim stick.
A quim
Put
stick.
your quim stick away, please.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Nice.
Patootie.
Patootie, 1927. I remember that one.
I thought patootie meant butt. Cutie patootie doesn't mean butt.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That just melted my mind for the rest of my life.
Oh my God. It's like a potato.
Ambassador.
Yeah.
Kidney buster. What is up with the liver buster and the kidney buster crap?
I don't know. Maybe it's something from anal sex. I don't know.
Yeah,
what the hell
that's kind of creepy. Let's see. A dingle doodle, a dingle wallace.
Snorker.
Okay. A snorker. And corned beef torpedo.
All right, that wins my. That gets my vote.
1975.
Yeah, that
come
gets
on,
my
guys.
vote. That gets my
Totally
vote.
crazy.
Corned beef torpedo. I'm gonna start
Corned
using
beef
that.
torpedo.
Hey, you want to see my
Put
corned
that
beef
corned beef
torpedo?
torpedo away.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Tuck
babe.
it in. Tuck in your shirt. Stop it. Stop it. What the hell? What do you
Your
got
corned
here?
beef torpedoes hanging out again.
Big lots trying to collect on their insurance because they're losing their shirt or what?
Yeah, this is only like a minute-long clip. Go ahead. And of course, this is the epic economist. Please go watch his clips if you want to be horrified. But and then I'll give you the list of them.
If you have
I
a
want that
favorite
guy's
store,
voice.
you should probably visit it soon, since some of the biggest, most popular retail chains in the United States are rapidly decaying, and many locations are being shuttered at this very moment. According to UBS, over 50,000 stores are on retailers' chopping blocks, and that could completely change America's economic landscape. Never before in history, conditions have been so turbulent for companies. And even big names like Rite Aid, Amazon Fresh, and Big Lots are taking extreme measures to try to keep their businesses alive. However, retail experts seriously doubt the ability of some of these chains to survive the imminent retail collapse. That's why in
Okay, so this is the list of stores that are either they're filing, they're restructuring, they're filing, chapters, whatever, because some of them are restructuring and selling off parts of them. They're trying to stay alive. So it's Rite Aid, Big Lots, Bed Bath & Beyond, Kmart, which Kmart's been zombied for a long time, Party City, Dollar General, Tuesday Mornings. I've never been to a Tuesday morning. CVS, Amazon Go stores and Amazon Fresh stores, Nordstrom Canada.
Oh,
that
boy.
one's kind of shocking.
No.
Best Buy, The Children's Place, Corner Bakery, Mattress Firm, Kirkland Brands, and that includes
What?
Kirkland Brand Home and Kirkland Brand Expresses.
What?
So,
Really?
yeah, those are just a few that are fighting to stay alive since COVID and, inflation.
Well,
and
I'm not surprised.
Shocking.
Everything's
Don't
gone.
be
down.
shocked when you decide to go shopping and they're gone. They're gone.
Did you read
Avon's going under too. I was so sad to hear that one.
Mary Kay too, or what?
I think Mary Kay went down a long time ago.
I think the Nordstrom ones. It's because the pool of rich people is getting
Yeah,
thinner
I can't
and thinner.
afford
Can't
to buy
afford it.
Nordstrom's for sure. Nordstrom's leaving Canada. I know that's kind of shocking, huh, Kate? Let's see. Just sat and cried thinking about how I've paid about $160,000 in rent since I left my parents' home at 18. I'll be 40 in 10 years, so they're 30, and will likely never own a home or house of my own. I'm told I can't afford one. I've bought a rich person a second home outright in 12 years, though. Make it make sense. Yeah, make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense, and it's gonna be bad. I like this bad bomb. That's Russian. Very good bomb. That's NATO. And if you call this a bomb, you're an anti-Semite.
Yeah.
Very good, Chanda.
Anti-Semite.
Yeah, you got this one back here. What's this? Prince.
Hey, girl. Sometimes it snows in April. That's why we wait for tomato plants. Yeah, it's true. It's been a crazy April.
You got a scary one here. What? This is a scary meme. Moving the PC from the room. In the 90s.
Yeah, moving the PC from the room in the 90s. Yeah, for sure. And then I like this one. Dad, does that include Abby from NCIS? Dang it, Bobby. All cops means all cops.
All cops. All cops. Look, Dad.
For sure.
I made a Ukraine out of cocaine. Blue ribbon on this one. This is the meme of the night.
Yeah, that one's cute.
That's the meme of the night. What do you got here, Chanda?
Stoner Corner.
Stoner Corner.
Find the weed smoker. Can't find them? That's because they live among us. Look like normal people. The only real difference is they're going to hell.
Oh, God.
And let's see. That's what I do. I get high and I forget things. That's what I do.
Exactly. What a lovely Stoner Corner. What is this?
Well, this is kind of a video Stoner Corner. So this is a new public service announcement on getting too high and driving.
Oh, my God. This is from 19...
But it's a cartoon, so it's relatable.
The New Mexico Department of Transportation is using a bit of humor in its latest PSA, warning against driving under the influence of drugs.
Instead of focusing on my driving, I was in another world. I tried doing a U-turn, but I crashed right into the convenience store.
The department's new Bad Drivers Club drugged driving PSA premiered last week on 4/20. It focuses on a man telling a group of friends about the time he took a cannabis gummy, then got behind the wheel, which ended with him crashing into a convenience store. Officials say they hope the humor of the PSA shows the public that driving while impaired is no laughing matter, and it's never worth taking the risk of getting behind the wheel. The ad will be promoted on social media in the coming months.
There you go. How relatable.
Yeah,
like a cartoon.
A gummy?
A gummy.
I
And he
want
drove
one.
through a pharmacy.
Yeah,
I know.
I want a
I don't
gummy,
know what
yeah.
kind of gummy you've got,
Yeah.
man.
This
Some
is
damn good gummies.
One of my favorite segments is the Hollywood segment. Go fuck yourself, please.
Yes, please
Please
do.
go fuck yourself. Now, this is yours. You wrote this whole thing, so there you go.
Okay, so this is another Amber Heard follow-up. You might have seen she's been trending all week, and she never trends good, right?
Never.
Amber Heard's an abuser, trends. Let's see, there's all kinds of stuff like that. But this is a tweet from Vivian Wilson, who happens to be one of Elon Musk's children.
Oh.
And I'm not going to gender them because I don't know what their gender is. So it says, I will no longer be talking to my dad, Elon. I have changed not only my gender, but my name, and I want absolutely nothing to do with him. The rumors about Amber would throw these, what does it say?
Sick parties.
Sick parties.
And exploit
the LGBTQ community. Good luck with buys. Well, yeah, there's Warner Brothers premiered Aquaman 2 in Vegas this week, Popcorn Planet. They were over there, and remember they told everybody like, no, we cut Amber out. She's not getting any part. She even testified a little bit to that. Well, turns out she's in the movie, a little bit for sure. And they're trying to still play both sides of the line. The
Sure.
studio is, and
Walk the fence,
but
man.
it sounds like she's absolutely been blacklisted. Other than that, and they say that the reason she's still in the movie is because she might have made a deal, or maybe had some like Jeffrey Epstein type leverage on the director of the movie. So that's why she's still in.
Oh, well, that's how it rolls.
Imagine
What do you
that.
got this? Is this Danny Masterson?
The Danny Masterson trial. We don't have to play it, but yeah, the Danny Masterson, this is the second trial. I need to do a whole show on it to break it down because there's just so much. But yeah, Scientology is getting called to the mat on a lot of this because they are hand in hand with that Hollywood station down there, and they covered up a lot of this and didn't investigate it the right way. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this trial.
Yeah.
I think
Bring
we're
this
in
clip to that
a couple
show.
of days worth. Yeah, we got a couple of days worth.
Farron, you
There's
feel like doing a show from bed? Come on.
There's so many good court cases going on right now. We've
Oh,
got
yeah, there are.
the Lori Daybell case going on. We've
Yeah.
got the Masterson case. I mean, all day I'm just flipping through these cases, trying to catch up with what's new, what's being said, the testimony. I have to do a whole show. I need to do a CC Gals.
Yes, you
Sorry,
do.
guys. I
CC Gal.
know,
Farron, CC Gals. Now,
Let's
you brought some
see.
entertainment news here.
Well, Mark Wahlberg says if he was at the Wuhan lab, it wouldn't have went down like it did.
Sure. Sure.
And Bouncer, when did you start drinking tonight, mate? Me, 7 p.m. Bouncer, it's currently 6 p.m. Me.
Yeah. We have action for Assange here.
Yes, this is what you were talking about, right?
I believe so. No. No, this is a different one.
Oh, this is them at the Correspondence Center. Okay, I grabbed the wrong one. But yeah, they were at the Correspondence Center out front tonight. So I'll be looking for footage. And
no, the one we got going on is Wednesday, May 3rd.
May 3rd. That's International Press
Details
Freedom Day,
should,
right?
I know it's a little bit late, but we're trying to push it through. These things happen quickly sometimes.
Yes, they do.
I don't, like I said, I don't have the details yet, but as soon as I get them, I will do my part and help. So you got a Fee Says here.
He says, you guys, I used to think that Shama Sawant had the most visceral hate anywhere on social media in this political sphere. And no, I'm here to tell you, Fee has surpassed her by frickin' miles. You know, Fee apparently was detained at the Finnish border.
Mm-hmm.
She said, Finnish border control, what are you doing in Russia? Me, I'm a journalist. Border control, how's your field going for you over there? Laughs. Me, very good, actually. The West never misses the opportunity to pretend that they're not the ones who are helping the U.S. extradite Australian journalists for exposing Western war crimes. But it's Russia that hates journalists, even though it's where whistleblowers and independent journalists have found solace. There you go. And then the hate on that thread, oh my God, it was like nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Stick your head in for Sister Fee when you guys, and I don't have to tell you because you do, and support her because it's that takes a lot of guts to do what she's doing. So
tons of guts. I'm scared for her. It gives me a knot in my stomach just thinking about, you know, what I know that, I don't know, it just scares me.
It is. It's spooky as hell. Announcements.
What announcements you got?
I don't have any now. I still feel terrible, guys. I'm going to have to go back to the doctor because what happened was they took the gallbladder out and they said, this ain't no gallbladder. This is a brick. It hasn't been working for months. So, but I feel a little better on one hand, but I'm still nauseous in the morning and I feel terrible throughout the day. Blood sugar maybe, but I'm going to keep working on it because I got to stick around for my lovely wife, my family, my friends, and my wonderful partner here, Chanda, who I could never do anything without. Again, Chanda, you just killed it every time. So I can always count on you.
Well, I just want you to take time to get well. I mean, I know we should have taken tonight off. I should have gave you tonight off.
No. We got to be here for our friends. It's been a great chat. Everybody's been wonderful.
And we've had an amazing chat. I think we have 75 watching right now. That's a good night for us. So heck yeah. Shout out to the Rumbles too. We got our Rumble peeps hanging out.
Yeah.
It's been a fun show. I've got a lot of stuff for Uncensored on Friday. Uncensored is really starting to build now because I'm only on Rockfin and Rumble. And you can find me at my channel, which is Trailer Park Pundit for, you know, some of it. But I will be bringing a lot of stuff that I can't bring.
I gotta say, I got a bad feeling about this week. And if it goes the way I think and I'm up to it and you don't have a guest host, I may be joining you Friday.
Okay, good. We missed you. I missed you on Uncensored. Uncensored's fun because we get to talk about all the stuff we can't talk about on YouTube.
Well, I watch your shows and listen to them anyway, but I look like Custer's Last Stand, so, you know, that's the way that goes.
You're the bestest.
We have a hell of a bumper going out, so we got an outro tonight. Chanda previewed it.
You did a great job, yeah.
And Linda chose the group, and the group is, Chanda, drum roll, who's the group?
Who is it?
Yes.
It's yes. It's
Yes. Some of the old timers in the group. Remember Yes and Rush and all those groups.
Okay, Boomer.
Well, we found some hell of a good covers tonight, and they are just great. So, Linda, you get the big thumbs up for this one tonight. You picked it out.
I give Linda major love. Linda, you saved my bacon this week, and I love you for it. I love everybody out there. I mean, you guys are so great. I had a rough week, and all week people just popping in, you know, checking on me and calling me and you know, helping me out.
That's FAMS, helping the FAMS. So we are going to go out of here, and we hope you loved that intro. Stepping out.
It was cool.
If you like that kind of thing, I've got some more ideas that I'm working on. And we're probably going to run that one again because it needs to be played during the day, so the peeps that don't catch us at night. So I'm going to save it. Anyway, we're going out with Yes. See you next Saturday, hopefully, if everything goes right. And
I'll be back Tuesday for our regular Trailer Park Pundit.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening. And here we go. I think we go.
in and around the lake. Mountains come out of the sky and they stand there. 24 before my